Alright, g'day viewers. Here's back again. We're just going to briefly explain here. There's 4 of us going to the border and back for a bit of fun, and we need some extra fuel. Rather than pay the exorbitant prices of the XR tanks, if you can find one, we decided to make our own. So what we've done first off is made a little mock-up out of core flute you can buy from Bunnings. And how I've done that is, if you have a look, is I've cut a piece to get roughly the same profile as the frame, right? And then I've tapered it just so it's not too square, not too flat, and it's still got plenty of room for the legs. Yeah. So what I'm about to do now is I may flatten this off a little bit, but basically what we've got is what we've got. I've bought some 1.6 mil steel, and I'll use that for now. This is a hot roll. Apparently 1 mil cold roll is a lot more malleable, easier to bend. I couldn't get it, so I'll give this a go. I'll make one. So stay tuned. Cheers. Righto. What I've done up to date is pulled the side off, and I'm only using one side, not each side, so they're exactly the same. Marked around it with a steel and cut it out with a 1 mil cutting disc. So I've got 2 sides exactly the same, and I've cut the bottom because the bottom's over here, and I've had to bend the bottom, but I haven't got a bender, and this is 1.6, so it's quite hard to bend. So what I've done, a little trick, boiler making trick. So if you have a look, I've ground a small groove on the point where it needs to bend, on the outside here and on the inside here, and then I'm able to carefully just bend it to the correct angle. Now I'll take this up and have a bit of a look. That's pretty good. Tiny little gap there, I can close that up, tap it when I weld it. So that's how you bend steel without a press brake. G'day viewers, a nice little update on the tanks. Excuse the mess, they've just moved back to Falcon, and the place is a shit fight, so we'll clean that up. The last little video was showing you how we're making it out of 1.6 and how we're bending it. I completed the tank, we welded it up, and it was super heavy, too heavy. So going back to the drawing board, simplified the design, less bends in it, and it's gone to 0.9 cold rolled. So it's much easier to bend by hand, but being 0.9, it's a little bit thinner, so slightly harder to weld. I've tried it with a few different things, but finished up with a TIG. TIG's the go. Easier to weld, nice neat weld, sort of. I'm just learning. But if you've got somebody who's quite really proficient with a TIG, you can get a really neat job. So 0.9, it's roughly the same size, just a little bit simplified in shape, and it holds 10 litres. We've tried it out, we've gone away for the weekend with 2 of them, and they performed really well. I had a couple of little stacks, and yeah, she come up trumps, no problem. Really simple fittings. We've just got a nipple here, pretty agricultural. Later on we'll get maybe something a bit flasher, find something on the internet. Now this is just to serve a purpose. So we just put a little rubber hose on that, and that'll be our vent. Our outlet is down the bottom. So we've just welded made a little plate, tapped it out, and a brass nipple. That's good. A 52mm exhaust clamp, welded like that, and that fits nice and neat around the down tube of the bike. Fits almost perfect. And we've used a 48 mil, and that fits perfect around the gooseneck. Just around here, spot on. So between the two, holds it on really tight, and yeah, solid as a rock, no problem. So I'm about to paint this one. My brother's painted his, it looks quite smart, and away we go. So we'll have 10 litres here, 5 litres under the tank, 15 litres all up, hopefully 40 litres, 40 k's per litre, 600 kilometre range. We'll see. But oh yeah, and as anything, plans change. We're no longer going to Ayers Rock. It's probably too bloody hot for that, and times have been cut short. So our plan at the moment is to go from 2,500 k Mandurah to Hyden to Norseman, the Overland Telegraph track. This is all through gravel. Overland Telegraph track to Balladonia down to the old telegraph station, and then down to Esperance, and back home again through the forests. And there's a nice little app called Komoot, and that will take you anywhere you want to go, not touching bitumen. It's fantastic, check it out. 2,500 k's, we've probably got 200 k's tops max on bitumen, so it's well worth a look. Alright, that's it for now. I'll get back to you when it's all fitted and show you how it's fitting. I've got templates for this. My intention is to draw up a little diagram with parts lists and everything. So if you're really keen, subscribe, and I'll see what I can do for you if you're interested in making a tank yourself. Cheers for now. G'day viewers. There's the last little wrap up, last little bit. We've got our tank, it's painted. Gonna get some cool stickers made up. You'll see them in the next vid. Your brother makes some stickers. He's painted his tank up. His wife's has painted up too, and they look pretty cool. So this is it. No leaks, fully tested with compressed air and soapy water. Make sure you do that, and it's fine. Quick little thing with the plumbing. The CT1, we had a few issues, but we've worked it out. We disconnected the bottom hose, which is actually the main for the onboard tank. So we had that the wrong way around before. So we disconnect that. Your main tank comes down. Make sure you put a switch in it, otherwise there is a possibility that it can siphon back through. It's not cool when you come back to your bike and there's fuel running down the side of the tank. Ask me how I know. So we put a tap there, and we come down inline filter to the bottom spigot, and that way, with that turned off and that turned off, it won't siphon through. Otherwise, if there's no tap there, it'll siphon through and it'll come out. So we can turn everything off there with that off. So I'll include that in the diagrams, in the parts list. I'll do a little drawing for you if you're keen. We've just, as I said, with these little brackets here, a bit of tape and a bit of tube, protect your frame. You don't want to damage your frame. And the same up here, up the top there. Bit of inner tube wrapped around the gooseneck there and the head stem. And it's got a little bit of flex there with the rubber, which is good, but it's solid as a rock. So cool. Thanks very much.